Dear honorable viewers and mentors and teachers, welcome once again to my tutorial. Today I will discuss from our SBT English. According to our new curriculum, what are the terminal competencies, attainable competencies and learning outcome from grade 2 to 5. Already we have discussed grade 1 in our previous tutorial. So let us start. Before going to start, we are discussing about the two main questions. What are the main objectives or aims of studying English in primary level? What are the main objects or aims of studying English in primary level, and what are main features of our new curriculum? At first, as a teacher, we have to know about this. So at first we want to discuss about these two questions, answer of these two questions, and this is the introduction of the English language curriculum 2021 grade class 1 to 5, and here mention what is the objects of our new curriculum, what is the main objects of studying English in our new curriculum in primary level. So we can say to meet the growing needs of using English in the rapidly changing knowledge and technology driven world of the first 1 century. The major area of these needs are specific as studies, especially in technical subject both within and outside the country, use of ICT in job or for person, nation and global communication, enhancing and appreciating intercultural understanding and local and global citizenship skill, and creating a component workforce to participate and contribute to the ongoing and future development initiatives to meet the target of the SDG 4 Sustainable Development Goals, Vision 2041, and the 5th Industrial Revolution. For this, we have to change our curriculum, and this English curriculum for the primary level aims that the learners will achieve English language proficiency for crying out day-to-day activities in Bangla in English-speaking context in and outside Bangladesh. Some of the main objects of teaching English primary levels are also to lay the foundation of learning English in future. Foundation of learning English in future. This is very important to acquaint the young learners with the basic elements of English language, that is listening, speaking, reading, writing, also vocabulary and grammar, to enable the young learners to use the four language skill, that is listening, speaking, reading, writing, already we have uttered this, with appropriate grammar and vocabulary at basic level in their academic and real life situation, to help learners to develop an awareness of the important local and global issues, including intercultural communication, sustainable development, gender equity, and climate change through meaningful practice and uses of English in real life situation. These are the aims or objects of studying English in primary level. And what are the main features of our new curriculum? As a teacher, as a trainer, or as a mentor, we have to know what are the main features of our new curriculum. At first, we can say inclusiveness in our new curriculum. In our new curriculum, here inclusiveness focus, considering the emphasis given on given education, inclusive education in most development agenda, SDG 4. This curriculum makes provisions of inclusiveness by using English language teaching learning in incorporating appropriate instructional materials, pedagogical approaches, and assessment methods for all children, including children with a diverse socio-economic cultural background and culture with special needs. Those students have some problems, they are also called special child, and are also focus on for that kind of children. Secondly, alignment with the SDG, Sustainable Development Goals. This curriculum emphasizes the need for ensuring quality teaching learning activities. Here we also mention quality teaching learning of English through collaborative, critical and creative language practice opportunities in and outside the classroom. Besides promoting the language skill of English, this curriculum commits to integrate the other SDGs such as digital literacy, leadership, global and local citizenship, and intercultural understanding to the teaching, learning, and assessment practice of English as a foreign language. Thirdly, we can say explicit use of grammar for effective communication. This is also very important because this curriculum revised marks a clear shift from the pure communicative way of teaching English to an electric approach for that focus on combining learners' communicative competencies with their awareness of the grammar that helps forming the language to communicate. So, our new curriculum based on communicative, then integration of local and global culture. While English is a global lingua franca, it is also seen as a language to be used by the learners of a practical local context, especially speciality that of Bangladesh. Hence, this cultural curriculum takes into account of importance of balancing the global features of English with the socio-cultural values and religious and anthropologic realistic of Bangladesh. Okay. Then pronunciation practices uh, emphasize on pronunciation practice in specific sound, stage, and intonation through activities used in a number of lessons, especially in classes 3 to 5. Here pronunciation practice are very important. These are the main features of our new English curriculum. A list of such problem sound of is suggested here to be covered in the textbook. Okay, dear participant, in a summarize we can say that the curriculum has been revised with a view to address and integrate the 21st century learning skill within the competency statement as well as the learning outcomes, while suggesting covering the plan, activities and content outline. The revised curriculum incorporate different SDGs. Moreover, a special attention to given on orienting learners to the development of core skills such as critical thinking, problem solving, creativity, local and global citizenship. Digital and multimedia based teaching learning are also encouraged for facilitating learners' development of target competencies. The curriculum also give an emphasis on proving opportunity for blended learning. Blended learning is very important so that teaching can continue even during school closure caused by. So this is the main focus or main features of our new curriculum, and now we are going to discuss about details curriculum class 2. Already we have discussed class 1 in our previous tutorial. So this is detailed curriculum in class 2. This will be changed upcoming years in of our textbook grade 2 to 5, and here this curriculum will be added. Okay, understanding learning outcomes here are given, and this is the combination of curriculum. We know in our new curriculum we have 9 terminal competencies, and this terminal competence is for listening. Here are class-wise attainable competencies and learning outcomes recognized, and then content, and then teaching learning activities, studies, and planet activities. Studies means techniques, and planet activities means what activities we take for acquiring learning outcomes in our classroom. Then methods and tools. So such a way, here are the detailed new English curriculum for class 2, and for speaking speaking or expressing skill, number 3, there is also 3 learning outcomes, and 3.2 there is 2 learning outcomes, 3.3, 3.4, and such way reading or receiving skills. Number 4, 4.1, that is our LOS, learning outcomes. For reading, number 5, use of familiar words in given situation. Get the specific information provided in a special simple sentence. Understanding and appreciating rhymes, poems, films, cartoons, comic, and digital content. Number 6, and number 8, vocabulary, recognizing and using, and here are also some learning outcomes, 8.1.1, 8.1.2, and grammatical part from class 2 or grade 2. Here are some skills add, but in class 2 or grade 1 for grammar and vocabulary there was no skill, there was no learning outcomes. Okay, grammar 9.1.1, 9.1.2, 9.2.1, 9.2.2, and such way here are also 9.4.2. This is the detailed curriculum of grade 2. Now it is time to start class 3, grade 3 detailed curriculum. Learning for 3 competencies, listening for 3 competencies, 1.2 for 2 competencies, 1.3 for 2 competencies, and 1.1 for 2 competencies, 1.5 for 2 learning outcomes, and then understanding 2, 2.1, 2.1.1, 2.1.2. For speaking 3.1, say the differences of initial sounds of familiar words. So for this we have to techniques, oral readings, phonics, saying, rhymes, words, etc. And such a way gradually it was developed. And for reading there is also some learning outcomes and also class-wise attainable competencies. Read aloud audial numbers, read aloud simple sentence with proper stage and intonation. And 5.1, express the meaning of familiar words in simple text, get the specific information from simple text. 6.1.1, read rhymes, cartoons, and digital contents and respond with joy. Okay. For writing, here are some skills. 7.1.3 পর্যন্ত আছে, and 7.2 জন্য দুটো করা হয়েছে ভোকাবুলারি ক্লাস 3 থেকে 2 থেকেই আছে এটি 3 তেও আরো এটি করা হয়েছে ইউজ ফ্যামিলিয়ার ওয়ার্ডস ইন ডে টু ডে কমিউনিকেশন এবং গ্রামার টাইপ অফ question use capitalization of names of persons place days of the week and recognize the use pronunciation marks use the article to refer to a person animal object in phrase and short sentences use article the use the pronouns in sentences use in verbs making sentence use declarative sentences of make positive statements. Okay, these are the learning outcomes and grade 4 here are also some learning outcomes class wise attainable competencies as designed here grade in specific information upper grade it will be increased day by day for this region or competencies designed as according to their merits and ages based on their merit and ages also read 4.1.1 read aloud simple similar phrases properly read aloud common abbreviation 5.1 get the specific information from simple text as usual previous class write cardinal numbers in word neatly and legibly write the time correctly fill in the forms with clues fill in the forms without clues okay চতুর্থ শ্রেণী থেকে মূলত ফর্ম পূরণ করার যে বিষয়টি থাকে ফর্মাল লেটার ইনফর্মাল লেটার পূরণ করা সেই বিষয়গুলো এখানে দেওয়া হয়েছে এবং ভোকাবুলারির জন্য রিকগনাইজ রেঞ্জ অফ ওয়ার্ডস ইন কমিউনিকেশন ইউজ অফ রেঞ্জ অফ ওয়ার্ডস ইন কমিউনিকেশন সেটি দেওয়া হয়েছে এভাবে মূলত সাজানো হয়েছে এবং গ্রামারের জন্য এখানে আমাদের আর্টিকেল এ এন্ড দি করা হয়েছে এটার জন্য এ এন্ড দি তিনটাই আছে এখানে মূলত আইডেন্টিফাই কাউন্টেবল আর আনকাউন্টেবল নাউন এটি নিয়ে আনা আছে গ্রামারের বেশ কিছু বিষয় কিন্তু এখানে আনা হয়েছে যেটা আমরা নন ফর্মালি শিখাবো ইউজ পার্সোনাল প্রোনাউন্স টু আইডেন্টিফাই রেফার টু পিপল অ্যানিমালস অ্যান্ড অবজেক্টস সেটি এখানে দেওয়া হয়েছে এটি হচ্ছে মূলত আমাদের গ্রেড 5 এর জন্য করা হয়েছে এখানে টেন্সের বিষয়টি নেওয়া হয়েছে পাস্ট টেন্স প্রেজেন্ট টেন্স ফিউচার টেন্স এটি মূলত গেম লাইফ অ্যাক্টিভিটিস এর মাধ্যমে জিনিসগুলো শেখাতে হবে এবং ইউজ প্রেজেন্ট পারফেক্ট টু টক অ্যাবাউট ইমিডিয়েট পাস্ট অ্যাক্টিভিটিস and it is time to start class grade 5 as usual grade 5 also some terminal competencies and attainable competencies and here are some addition here because it is the last class of primary level so after completing class or grade 5 they will be able to speak English thoroughly grade the meaning from simple text get the general ideas from simple sentence write fractions for expressing some expressing times correctly write fractions for expressing currencies correctly okay বিভিন্ন মুদ্রার নাম লেখা সেই বিষয়গুলো বলা হয়েছে write sharp eligible and organized composition লেখা short composition যেটা vocabulary for recognize and use a range of words and phrases in oral communication using synonyms and antonyms এর বিষয়টা দেওয়া হয়েছে এবং গ্রামারের ক্ষেত্রে এখানে recognize the use pronunciation marks in text use articles in a specific area এখানে কিন্তু আর্টিকেল সেখানে একটি স্পেসিফিক এরিয়ায় দেওয়া হয়েছে সেই এরিয়ার মধ্যে থেকে তাকে শিখাইতে হবে use nouns to refer to a group of people use verbs to talk about abilities express obligations and prohibitions use adverb to express frequency use imperative sentences Here also use part tenses, future indefinite tense, future continuous tense. And this is the end of the session. So dear participants, dear honorable teachers, I think all of you are stay with us, and we need to give up a summary session. So here is the summary. Already we have discussed it in our previous session, previous tutorial. This is for terminal competency and attainable competency for class 1 to 5, and also we add this class-wise attainable competency and learning outcome for each class. So we have 6 skills here: listening, speaking, reading, writing, vocabulary and grammar, and also terminal competency for 9, attainable competency for learning outcome for class 1 27, for class 2 43, for class 3 55, 57, class 4 learning outcome 65, and class 5 learning outcome 65. So these are the summary of the session. Thanks for watching the video. No more today. Meet with you in the next tutorial. Goodbye. And watch the ICT training for all channel. Subscribe the channel.